Hey ladies, it's Suzanne. Welcome to Comfortable and Confident Inside and Out. This is the show where I bring you top mentors in the areas of health, wellness, business, and finance to have them share with you their top tips and strategies to help you feel comfortable and confident everywhere you go. So are you a business owner? You have struggles and fears in selling, maybe lacking confidence in your sales based on your own personal value? Well, if so, today's show is for you. We're joined with Stacey Hylen, who is a growth business strategist. She's a former VP for Tony Robbins. She's been featured on CNN and MSN Money and is a recent published author of a book called Hidden Profits. And we're so excited that she's joining us today because she's going to share with us, 6 simple steps to be able to help you get more confidence in your sales process. So Stacey, thank you so much for being here. And please tell us about yourself and what you're passionate about and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm really excited to be here because it's, the topic that you're saying, having confidence in sales and owning our own value is something that we women struggle with a lot. And, as a woman business owner, when I was in sales, I found sales really, really easy. And then as soon as I shifted to having my own business and selling my own services and my own products that I had created with my own blood, sweat, and tears, all of a sudden I was like, oh, they said no to it, right? Because it felt like they were saying no to me, right? So I don't know if you ever feel that way. It's like, it's very easy to recommend a restaurant or recommend a movie. And if people don't like it, you didn't make the movie, you didn't make the food at the restaurant, so who cares? But when it's your product and service, it's like, oh, they don't like me. So, I saw that with myself. And so I had to develop some tools from my sales background to help myself and now share it with my clients. Because my whole thing is, my dad died when he was 56. And he died without doing any of the things on his bucket list and without spending the time he wanted with our family. And so for me, that became the passion to say, okay, how can you scale your business without sacrificing your family life, without sacrificing, your health and all of that. So that's been my passion of like, how can I help entrepreneurs give them back to their families so that they can, grow this prosperous business and have this, beautiful lifestyle that they want and, spend lots of time with people they love and doing what they love.
Beautiful. I love it. I mean, we don't really think that, I've worked in sales for most of my corporate career, and it was really, I found it simple too. It was, here's a product, here's the value, I'm selling the value of this product. But when you go into business for yourself, you're selling yourself and your own personal value. So when you do get those no's, you do take it so personally. And so then that's when the fears can kind of creep in and you wonder, well, gosh, how could I not be doing this correctly? Or what's wrong with my products? And I think you're here to share with us that it's not about the product so much. It's more about owning your own personal value.
Stuff up there, right? And it's, so I just got off the phone with a client who has a business that's over $1 million. He's one of my coaching clients, and he had fears, like he's like trying to do sales, and he's like, well, what do I talk about then? What do I do then? And it's like, you've already made it to $1 million. And I said, let's just stop trying to sell people, but let's look at serving people. And that's really the first shift you need to make before you go into a sales. Is like, okay, I'm not getting on the phone or going into this business to try to sell them something, but to see what is it they need and how can I serve that need? How can I fulfill what they need? If somebody was thirsty, you'd be like, here's a glass of water. But in business, we're like, don't want to give them water.
Right. That's crazy that we would just behave that way.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy. So I think one of the things that the first step that I would tell you to do is to create a list of everything that you do for a client. So, a lot of times people think that things that are easy, they shouldn't charge for. So sometimes I'll give you an example. Last week, my assistant is out because she had a personal, family emergency. And I was working with this Word document and the margins would not behave. I created the document. When I opened it back up, it didn't line up right. And it was fine when I closed it. So I spent a long time, and I was ready to throw my computer through the roof. And I couldn't do it. Now, if I would have given this to my assistant, she would have done it in like, probably like a minute, right? And it's like that old thing that they say, like if I come into your company and I push the correct button to get your machinery started, it's not, and you say, okay, it's $100. Just that I just push that button. And people are like, $100 to push a button? I could have pushed the button myself, but they didn't know what button you needed to push. So the things that you find simple, the people that you're helping don't find simple. And even like when I work with people that are also in marketing and also coaches, they can do it for other people, but they can't do it for themselves. So that's why the first step is look at everything that you do for the client. Make a big list. Make it even the things that you think are easy for you, things that you think are no big deal. And then what you want to do is really incorporate that into what you're talking about with the prospect. So for example, with your website, if you're a web designer, there's things that you do behind the scenes on the website that I'm not going to see as the client. I'm not even going to realize they're there, but they might really help that client with their web design, with their SEO. So you want to make sure that you let the client know that that's something that you have available.
Yeah, I think the step one is just such a huge first step for a lot of people. I mean, if you're listening and you're out there and you know what you do and how you do it, but then people don't appreciate you for it. This is a great opportunity for you to write those things down to really start to build momentum toward knowing what your value is, because there are so many things that we do that we just do effortlessly, and then we don't even communicate it to people. We just kind of take it on.
Right. And we think it's just because it's easy for us that, like I can whip up something in the kitchen and my stepdaughter who's 25 is like, oh my gosh, this chicken is so good. And I'm like, that was like wicked easy. Like I just squeezed some lemon and some spices on it. Like really, that was it, so, but that's the magic thing that they can't see behind the steps. So that was step one. The second thing is I want you to take that same list that we just wrote. Mm-hmm. And then I want you to figure out what the value of that is for your client. Okay. So like you want to look at what the monetary value is for your client. So like if you were doing the website, what is the monetary value of you helping them with the SEO behind the scenes of their website? How is that going to help them? Well, that's going to help them get more clients, and then it's going to help them, get more leads, all of that. What are the results that they're going to get from it? So like, for example, if you are a chiropractor, what are the results they're going to get from working with you? And then what do those results do? So if my back is not in pain anymore, well, that means I can exercise every day, right? Which means then I'm more fit, which means then I can play with my kids. And so what I want you to do is not just look at it like writing a website or writing a sales letter and just like, okay, here's the first bullet I can think of that I'm going to sell them. I want you to think of that ripple effect of everything else that thing does for them. Okay. The other thing is savings of time, money, frustration. Like I go back to that Word doc, like, right? Like what is causing, now my hair is really good. After, what is that frustration that they're feeling that you're going to help them with? And then the ripple effect of like, how does that affect their kids? Like, so if I don't have my back hurting and now I'm, exercising and I'm playing with my kids, how does that affect my kids? Well, now my kids are more likely to be healthy and more active, and they're more likely to be engaged with their children, when they have kids, right? So we don't think about all of this stuff that's extremely valuable. It's not like something costs $100 and it's $100.
Yeah, I think what I'm really feeling from what you're sharing is that we have to slow down and appreciate every little thing that we're doing in our life that contributes to how we have outcomes that are successful for ourselves. And really understand that is a valuable thing that we do for ourselves, and we can service to other people.
Yeah, it's crucial. And I think people just want to, sell. And I think, like I said, my client that has the $1 million company today, he's like, well, how do I know what to sell them? And I said, you can't go into the sales conversation saying, what am I going to sell this person? Because you don't know what they need. Right. So the thing is to, if you're struggling with this, if you're sitting here watching this video and you're like, I don't know what my people need yet because you're new in business, you just want to ask questions, right? And this client that I just had that's over $1 million, he's launching a new service. And I said, all you want to do is ask questions and questions and questions so that you can find out where their need is So then they're willing to pay you what your value is because they know that you're going to be able to help them. So the third step is to take what you just did in steps 1 and 2, like the list of what you do and how that helps them and the ripple effect, and put that into your marketing materials. Like start talking to your clients about the things that you're doing behind the scenes, like how it's helping them, how this is going to be a ripple effect that goes on and on. So for example, I help my clients with marketing and sales, but the real ripple effect is that they get to spend more time with their family. They get to stop that rat race of always chasing the money, and they can actually be present when they're family, when they're having dinner, because they know that their marketing is working. They know that their sales funnel is working for them. So that you want to really help them envision how what you're doing will help them, not just paint like a marketing bullet.
Right. Like when I worked in sales, I always talk to marketing and say, okay, you want me to sell these sneakers. That's great. But I need a picture of somebody running with it or doing something with it, because I've got to put it into play for people to understand how to use this thing. So
right. And that's where Instagram is so popular now for influencers and, companies using influencers, is because they're seeing like the sneakers, right, on some cute girl. Now it's like, oh, look at her outfit. It looks great with those sneakers. I need those sneakers, right? Yeah. I'm having fun with my friends in those sneakers. I'm in Europe in those sneakers. Now all of a sudden it's like, I can see myself there. Right. The fourth thing I would do around, really owning your value is know what those objections you get. Like, what are the most common objections you get? Like, put them in the chat. Most people are saying price, timing, right?
Yeah, not the right time. I don't have enough money right now. Yeah.
I need to think about it, right?
I have to ask somebody else, or I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. So what I want you to do is, before you even start the sales process, I want you to look at how what you do, those values we just identified that you offer to people, can answer those objections. Right? So you already go into the sales conversation, you know that you're going to get the same objections over and over and over again, right? It's not like somebody gives you a new one, right? Because they all boil down to that same thing: budget, timing, and they don't believe in it, right? That you haven't really related to them and solved their need. Right. So I want you to create those.
That's where your step 3, your marketing, is really going to come in handy, because you have to build that rapport.
Right.
You have to share with them how to make this something this is useful for them, that this is going to be helpful for them.
Right. And a lot of times, if you know what the objections are, you can go back into your marketing copy and answer those objections before they even say them to you. Like, this isn't the right time. Well, why? Like, if somebody was going to do marketing with me and they said it's not the right time to do coaching, well, do you want to spend more time with your kids now, or, in 2 years? Yeah. Do you want to have more, cash flow now or in 2 years? Right. And so there I can pre-frame those objections when I'm talking to them during the sales process, or in the sales page as well. The fifth step is to start to incorporate this value language with your clients, because what's happening is, number one, we're not used to owning the value that we provide. So what you want to do is, when you're doing something for a client, like say, for example, you're a massage therapist and you're doing a massage. Now, you don't need to talk during the massage, but you could talk before or after the massage and say, I do this technique, which helps eliminate, the fascia, which is like really stiff in your legs. And so that's going to help you have less muscle soreness. So you're incorporating the value of what you do, because you're a highly trained massage therapist, as opposed to somebody that just like rubs your back like that. Right. Right. And so you're really communicating, why, maybe you do healing like Reiki on people while you do massage. You want to educate people to that as well, so that if your massage is $100 and somebody else's massage is $50, they can see why, right? Like, there's no reason you can't sell a $100 massage when you share with people the value of what you're doing versus the value of what this person is doing. Yeah. And a lot of times they might even have the same skills, but you need to create your level of belief for yourself.
And back to the whole fear of selling. I mean, talk about, you've got to be comfortable, learn how to be comfortable in speaking about what it is that you know how to do, and you're being an expert at things, because it will differentiate you in your value against someone else. Like I said, like you were saying about $100 massage versus a $50 massage. Well, why is mine so great? Well, you have to toot your own horn a little bit and say, well, I do this technique and I know how to do this, and this is what I bring to the table. and learn how to lean into those uncomfortable, wiggle through that, to be able to share what it is that you are real assets to how you are creating this product, the service, whatever it is that you're doing.
Well, let's go back to that massage, right? So if you do not share with the client how you're helping them with the different things that you're doing that you incorporate because of your training and your expertise and your passion, then what happens is next time they have to make a decision about the massage, are they going to choose the $100 or are they going to choose the $50? Right? Now, also when they go to refer somebody, they might say, you know what, this person costs more, but she does this, this, and this, right? They're even going to sell for you because you've already showed them what the value is that you provide. And then you're not serving your client if you haven't explained why you're up here, right? They might just decide to go back to this $50 person, but they're not getting the benefits and the results that they need, right? So you haven't done them a service. So I really come from the place of selling is serving. Like, how can I help this person the most, right? I would not be serving them if I let them wait to do coaching 6 months. Now, it doesn't matter to me. I usually always have a full practice of coaching clients. So it's not like if you don't sign up, it's not like, oh, wow, I'm not going to eat tonight, right? Mm-hmm. So, but it's not serving the client if I don't help them reach their goal that they want because they're scared or because they're, money, all the things that they, obstacles to what they want. Mm-hmm. And the sixth thing is to ask for and collect testimonials that talk about the value that you deliver. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I like the massage because most people have had a massage so they can relate to the example. But the thing is that if you have them talk about like how great the massage is, it's not like, Amy gave a great massage. Like, that's not a good testimonial. Like, instead you want to be like, Amy gave a really great massage because I work in an office and I have tons of shoulder tension and my shoulders roll forward, and she did release methods that moved my shoulders back so I don't have back pain anymore. Right? Brilliant. And so that's the sort of thing that you want to, when you ask people for testimonials, you want to talk to them and say, hey, Amy, I'd love to get a testimonial because you said how much better your back is feeling. You want to ask them when they're in peak referral state.
Yes.
Okay. And then you say, you know what, you mentioned this, like, that would be great if you could incorporate that into a testimonial. So that's one of the little systems you can create in your business is look at when are people in that peak referral state for you, and ask them for referrals and ask them for testimonials when they're in that state. Like, for example, a dentist, right? All the dentists do the same thing, right? So the question is, how is this dentist worth this much and this dentist worth that much, right? So after somebody gets their dental work done and they say, wow, Dr. Amy, that didn't hurt. You're like, oh, I'm so happy you said that. That's the time to say, like, if you know people that are afraid of going to the dentist, this would be, please send them my way because we're able to do dental work without the fear and the pain that most people associate it with.
Oh yeah. And that is definitely, just to talk about that a little bit. Oh my gosh, I don't like going to the dentist and I only have to get my teeth cleaned. I have really great teeth, thank God, knock on wood. But man, I only like to go to the one hygienist that I like. And I always tell people, this is who you have to go to. She's so safe and so comfortable. So yeah, I am definitely selling for her for sure. She's so worth it because I feel so comfortable in the chair. Like, I know she's not going to do anything to me other than what she needs to do.
Right. That's amazing. And so the thing is that we want to like get people in that peak state so that when they get into a spot that somebody moves to the area and they know they need a dentist, then you can say, oh, you should go to this person because they're not hurting my gums. They're not, like, I'm totally relaxed when I'm with them because they make me feel good. Another example, say for example, you do taxes. When you're selling the tax strategy, you could say like, all right, we're doing your taxes this year, but I'm also helping you with the strategy that's going to save you money for years to come. Right? So again, that's positioning you. When you ask for the testimonial, you could say something like, hey, Jane did a great job because with her tax planning, not only did I get it done quickly, easily, no hassle, she didn't make me feel stupid about, my tax disorganization, but the way she did it, it's going to save me money for next year and years to come.
Right.
Right. So now all of a sudden the benefits are again built into that testimonial. So those are the 6 steps to really dig in and do these So that
can
when
we just go over them real quick again? So step number one is to write out all of the detail of all the little things that you think that, you just know so easy and effortlessly that are really providing value to your clients.
Yep. And then the second step is look at the value of each of those things.
The monetary value.
The monetary value, the results, what they're going to get out of it, savings of time, money, and frustration. And then that ripple effect, like how's that going to affect their life, their family, their clients? It just depends on what you're selling. And then you're going to take all of the things from the first two exercises and put that into your marketing materials. Write it in your newsletter. Talk about it on social media. Like, use some of these little blurbs. Like, for example, today my client was, frustrated with cash flow, and he was able to change his state around selling and go out and have conversations with prospects, which means he's going to have a nice steady sales pipeline so that sales are constantly coming in.
Brilliant.
And then the fourth thing is to answer those objections before you get in the call, before you write an email, before you write a sales page. You want to do that because that's where the fear comes in, because everybody's like, oh, they're going to make an objection, right? They're going to say no. They're going to try to fight back on price. You want to have those written down, base them on your values and how you have positioned yourself. And then remember, you want to incorporate that value language when you're talking to prospects, when you're talking to clients, and then in the sixth step, when you're asking for testimonials. Now, the bonus step here is to take your book, like I have a book here that I use all the time. I have a big thing in my computer that you put some positive stuff in here. Like you have wins, right? People put their testimonials. You read them before you have a sales conversation. That's another great way. Like from working with Tony Robbins, he's all about peak state and getting yourself into that awesome, happy state so that you can actually go out there and make a difference. So reading those positive testimonials, the value you bring for people is really important.
Yeah, we promote in this group something called a happy journal. And it's just all like the easy, simple things that can happen throughout your daily life. It doesn't have to be work. It can be, but everything that just kind of, that's just so fleeting, but has really happy, positive energy that we just don't remember, kind of like grab onto and keep with us. So to write those things down and then be in that vibration, be in that energy, be in that space, that mental space in your mind and your body before you go out, into asking for a sale. That way you remember all of that goodness.
Yeah, because it's we talk ourselves into things like negative states, but we can, talk ourselves out of it. So that's really important. Yeah. For me, my biggest, my favorite testimonial was a client that, he's been on the Inc. 5000 like 4 or 5 times now. But when we started coaching, he was at 6 figures. He went to 7 figures. And in the testimonial that's on my website, he talks about how I got him to start taking Taekwondo with his son on Fridays. He went on his first trip to Disneyland with his family. So he was able to scale his business, and like even years from later,
quality time. Yeah,
I'm not even coaching him anymore, but I still see on Facebook that they're going all over the world, like he and his family. So that for me, when I read that and then I have a sales conversation, it would be like I would be doing this person a disservice if we didn't talk about how coaching could help them do that.
I love it. Well, I love that your 6 steps are so simple and they really help us look at who we are as people and what we're contributing as service to other people. And that there are so much that we take advantage of, that we just take for granted, that we just know how to do things. We go, I'll just do it. No, really slow down to understand what it is that you're doing and then write it out and then know that there's a value that is really going to be helpful to someone else, but you need to learn how to identify it, articulate it and then express it and then do it with such confidence where you say, look, this is how it's helped other people. This is how it can help you. And know that that truly is how you can overcome your fear and be in that confident mode to be able to receive back and a balanced exchange for what it is that you're giving.
Yeah.
You can be giving the $100 massage and charging $50 and then being resentful and frustrated and, not going on those vacations and not having the lifestyle that you want. When truly you could, all you need to do is just slow down enough to go through Stacey's 6 steps to be able to, get to that the end of line of that confidence and that comfort to be able to go out there and say, okay, I know my value and I know my worth.
Yeah.
And I get that it's a journey that you might take.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. It's baby steps, right? And so the other thing I would say is that happy journal. Is it a journal you said?
Yeah, happy journal.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And what I think is that a lot of the moments that are in your happy journal, oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. So a lot of those moments that are in your happy journal are things that you do really well, right? Yeah. So like, for example, it could be my assistant that she fixed something for me. That made her happy because she knew I like sent her an email like, oh my gosh, I'm pulling out my hair. I'm going to throw my computer. Can you please help me? Right. And that she's like, no problem. Sends it back to me. That makes her feel happy. So it's an example of like those things that you've been working with Suzanne to write in your happy journal. Go back and look at them because chances are there's a lot of things in there that you can add on this value list right away. Like somebody came in and they were having back pain and I helped them, blah, blah, blah. It was in your happy journal because it made you feel good for the day. Put it on your value list. So I think people in your group especially are going to have an easier time with this.
Yeah, love it. Thank you so much for that. So, so I really enjoyed our conversation and thank you so much for sharing these simple steps. I know so many of us who are entrepreneurs have our own business or even just work in sales and are not getting the kind of content that we need to get out there and feel have the confidence with that content to get out there and do that selling. That this is a really easy strategy to follow. It's going to take a little bit of effort for you to kind of dig in and go, oh, I'm doing that, but why would that? If you're doing it, then there's value to it. So don't discredit every little thing that you're doing. Write it all down and rationalize it and, go through the steps that Stacey's outlined. So Stacey, can't thank you enough for being here and helping us all move in the direction of being more comfortable and confident when it comes to sales. And as all of Stacey's information, all her contacts, where you can find her all over the internet, and we're going to be in the description box of this video, whether you're watching it on Facebook or on YouTube or wherever you might be watching it in the future. Who knows what the internet's going to bring us. But all of her information will be in that way you can get in touch with her. I know you had something you wanted to offer and share with the community.
Yeah, all of a sudden the sound is bugging out.
Oh, no, really? No, I can hear you fine.
Oh, it's better now. Okay. So yeah, I have my more clients and cash checklist. So everybody loves this. It's several different areas in your business that you can look at and check off. Okay, am I doing this? Like, have I identified my perfect clients, the ones that are going to pay me, $100 versus the ones that are going to pay me $50? Like, who are those people? Mm-hmm. So there's a bunch of different steps on there that you can go through, check them off. You just go to moreclientsandcash.com and you can get that. You can also go to staceyhylen.com. And if you're interested in a free hidden profit session where I help you find the areas that you're overlooking money in your business and how to get more clients and cash flow, you can apply there to have a free session.
I love it. Thank you so much for that. And again, all of her contact information is going to be in the description box of this video, so you'll be able to get in touch with her. So remember, this show is Comfortable and Confident Inside Out. It's every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where I bring you top mentors in areas of health, wellness, business, and finance to be able to have them share with you their top tips and strategies to help you feel comfortable everywhere that you go. I'm Suzanne Gundersen. I'm a holistic stress relief mentor, and I've been helping women for 10 years to be able to relieve anxiety, relieve chronic stress, and build confidence so that they can improve relationships, improve their health, their mental health, their emotional health, their physical health, and be able to maneuver through important life transitions, all using energy tapping. So I invite you to check out my website and check out my group and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you. So thank you so much for listening to both of us today. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to pop them in the chat in the comments of these videos, and we'll look forward to reading them and getting back to you. So again, Stacey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.